Thank you for joining us. Today we travel to Algeria, where 23-year-old Khalil has already earned a quiet reputation, the young guy who can fix anything. But on this rainy morning, one of his van's front tires sinks into a rut so deep it swallows half the wheel. What he does next isn't just about getting unstuck, it's about remembering who he is and what his grandfather taught him long ago. Please enjoy the story. And if it resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
The sky over Blida had turned the color of wet clay. Khalil sat behind the wheel of his dented Peugeot van, parked on the edge of a narrow country road near Algeria. The rain had been falling all night, turning the fields into slick ponds and the roadside into a trap. He was on his way to install some new kitchen cabinets in a small flat. This was his first decent-paying job in weeks. At only 23, Khalil had already built a quiet reputation, the young guy who could fix anything, from dripping taps to creaking shutters. He'd been working since he was barely tall enough to hold a wrench properly, helping his uncles on job sites all over town. Now, one of his front tires had sunk into a rut so deep it swallowed half the wheel. He stared ahead, the windshield wipers dragging slow, useless arcs across the glass. "Ya Rabbi," he sighed. "Just once, can something go right?" No signal on his phone, no tow truck coming, just endless rain and the faint scent of wet earth and olive trees. He sat still for a long minute, then muttered bitterly, "Of course, this happens to me. Always me." In his head, he heard the voice of his Jid, to his grandfather, a quiet man who had once fished the Kria River and could fix a broken latch with nothing but a nail and string. A man can't expect good things without using his own hands. Khalil rubbed his face with both palms. That old man had barely gone to school, but his words always fit. So he got out. The wind hit him like a slap, and the cold rain soaked into his boots immediately. But something had shifted. He wasn't just stuck anymore. He was doing something. He circled the van. The tire was deep in the mud, but not hopeless. He rummaged in the back. Some scrap wood from a job in Bufarik, a broken trowel, a small jack, and a bag of sand meant for concrete mixing. He wedged the wood under the tire, poured the sand for traction, jacked the front slightly to level the wheel. His clothes were soaked, hands caked with wet grit, but he kept at it broad-shouldered and stubborn, like he'd always been. An old man herding goats passed by and gave a nod. "Ise, Ilwada." "Not yet," Khalil replied, grinning despite himself, but almost. Finally, he climbed back in, turned the key. The engine coughed, then roared. He eased the gas. The tire spun, slipped, then caught and the van lunged forward like it was finally breathing again. Khalil drove a few meters and pulled over near a fig tree. He looked back at the deep gouge in the earth, then down at his filthy hands, and he smiled. Later that evening, job done and fingers wrapped around a hot glass of Ate Nana, sweet mint tea, he jotted a note in the back of his notebook, right below a prayer his grandfather had written years ago. God helps those who help themselves.
Thank you for joining us for Shoulder to the Wheel, a Nova Ben Storytime original. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more original tales from Nova Ben Storytime. Until next time, keep your hands ready and your heart steady.